going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Seth the Lawn Surgeon. And, you already know what time it is. A tipsy talk. Man, third tipsy talk in a row. It's getting rough, man. Cup's only halfway empty. Got that tipsy talk cup on deck. I'm drinking red apple ale. And with a little rum. Anywho, what's next on the list? Customers canceling and calling you back. I started putting everything on a list on my phone because I keep telling y'all, like, I got so many ideas to talk about, and then I forget everything I want to talk about. So, customers canceling, calling you back. This is for new guys. New guys, say you customize yard all summer, or even customize yard for 2 years, and then they cancel on you. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. You know how many houses there are out there, bro. Just in my area, it's probably hundreds and thousands, even millions of houses, bro. So if one person calls you and says, you know what, Seth, I don't think I want to use you this summer. I got two examples for you. So one example was this guy. He probably called me like a month ago. I was out of town. He called me. He been for about 2 years now. This story is funny. In about 2 years now, he been getting me. Alright, rewind even further back than that. For 2 years, I have been treating and cutting his neighbor's yard. And he would see me. He would be like, hey, you know how you doing? We would speak. We would talk. He said, yeah, I'm trying to get my yard nice, blah, 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 blah. So 1 year, like 2 years ago, he said, you know what? I'm going to get you to treat my yard. And it seemed like it was at a time where he had a decent, nice little cash flow going on, so he can afford to pay for me to do it. So I said, all right, cool. So it was great for me because I'm treating his yard and the neighbor's yard and the yard across the street. I'm cutting and treating all three. So the neighbor across the street stopped with me because they were an older couple. The reason why they were an older couple and financial reasons, they couldn't afford to pay me, so they were getting their son-in-law to handle the yard. That's fine. So I kept treating the two yards right next to each other. Then like a month ago, or 2 months ago, he had called me while I was out of town, and he said, hey, I'm gonna get you to stop treating the yard, we can't afford it, blah blah blah. I said, it's perfectly fine. Now I know new guys were going in panic mode. They would have been like, oh my gosh, that was one of my best customers, I need him, blah 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 blah. Chill out. He's gonna call you back. He's gonna call you back because I'm like, what happens is people, it's messed up, but people get in financial situations where they feel like, oh, well, I need to cut some costs. You know what I mean? I need to, cut back on cable, or I need to cut back on this and that, because I need to save some money. And the first thing they're going to cut back on is their lawn care. If they paying somebody to do their lawn care, I need to cut back on that. I'm going to do it myself. Once you get in, and then as soon as he told me he was canceling me, soon as he get in summer, he realized how crazy his yard looking with all them weeds. His flower beds can be looking crazy. and how he don't have time to cut his yard, he gonna call me back. And guess what? Before the grass even started growing, because I went out and I cut, because I'm doing my pre-cuts now, where I go out and I cut down yards like to 3 inches, because I usually cut them at like 4 or 4.5. So I'm cutting every yard down at 3 inches, so all the brown grass will be low. I came and did his neighbor's yard, and he probably came out looking at that yard like, wow, it looks nice. So guess what? He called me back. He's like, hey, Seth, I want you to treat my yard, and I want you to treat my yard, and I want you to clean out my flower bed. And I said, you just want me to do that stuff right now, or do you want me to do it for summer? He said, no, I just want you to do it right now. I didn't argue with him. I said, I came out and I did it. I sprayed his flower bed. I'm gonna come back and clean it up, and I treated his yard. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And once he gets in the summertime and that fertilizer start kicking in, and he's like, oh man, this grass growing too fast, guess who he gonna call? That's what I'm saying. Don't sweat it. Another situation. I've been doing this yard for about 2 years, right? And it's been a lady. I've always dealt with this lady. I didn't know I don't think she was married. I think she recently got married. But of course, I don't know none of the business. I'm not in people's business like that. But I think she recently got married, because like last year, for some reason, she started saying, my husband this, my husband that. At first, she would be like, oh, I gotta check with my husband. Oh, I gotta check with my husband. But I think she was living by herself with her kids, and she might have been dating somebody, and I think they recently got married last year. Like I said, I don't know their business. But last year she started saying, my husband this, my husband that, gotta check with my husband. Of course she's being respectful to her husband, even though she's been handling her lawn care with me for the last 2 years. So this winter time, or this time of the year, I sent them the quote, and she said, okay, my husband gonna get some other quotes. And so new lawn care guys, they're instantly gonna get panicked. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, they're gonna get other quotes, they might not use me this year. I was kind of like, I hope they get somebody else. Because my thing is, I know they're going to find somebody cheaper. He's probably going out looking for quotes. Maybe his boy got a lawn care company. He's going to find, yeah, I could cut it for cheaper than that. I could treat it for cheaper than that. And it's not all about the price, it's about the consistency. What I like to create is that I like customers to not even think about calling me to get the yard cut. I'm so consistent, because I keep it on schedule, that when they get home, it's like, boom, whoa, Seth cut my yard, fantastic, you know what I mean? So long story short, she said they're gonna go with another company, and I was like, all right, cool, let's see how long that lasts. Like I said, it's not an arrogant thing, it's just like whatever, yeah. So long story short, don't worry about people canceling on you. Anywho, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, stay tuned. Yes, sir.